Spreadsheet, Module D, Homework Assignment 2. There are 4 worksheets at the bottom. Quarter 1, 2022, student grades, shipping, and price list. So I'm in Quarter 1 sales, and I can do the totals after, but I just want to create a pie chart for just the January sales for the 5 different cities. So select in A3 all the way to B5, insert, and I'm going to go right to a pie chart, and I'm going to select a 3D pie chart, and I'll just move it over to the side. So it's just giving me the locations and the pie chart. So I'm going to go into quick layout, and if I hover over, I'll get to see, instead of the legend at the bottom, I'll have it within each pie slice and the percentage. This one, the legend's at the top. This one has nothing, just a legend on the bottom. This one just has them in numbers, not percentage, just the names and percentages. So you can go ahead and select whatever you'd like. So I'll go with the percentage. And then you could also choose different styles up here, but I'll stay with what I have. So if we were to actually go into Boston January and change it 10 to 13, I selected the cell and I'm just going to type right over it. But watch what happens when you choose, and Boston is the blue. So when I change it from 10 to 13 and press enter, it automatically made it larger and the percentage is higher. Click in E4 and go ahead and do my auto sum. And it should be the correct range, B4 through D4, check, and go ahead and drag that down. Now this time what I want to do is get the another pie chart, so I'm going to select the different locations, but I want just the totals. So I'm going to hold Control and select the totals. And I'll go right into Insert, Pie Chart. I'll do the same 3D, and I'll just move it down a little bit. Oops. Go into here where the empty space is and just bring it down. Bring that one up. Whoops, grabbing the wrong one. Always grab to the side of the title. That way you won't move in just the inside area. And again, I'll choose the layout that I selected here. So this is based on the totals. This one I'll put in January sales. So I'll just go to the end of it, maybe spell it out, sales. And then this one is total first quarter. All right, so what we want to do here is give us a little mini trend line of what's happening from January. It went up to 15 and then to 17 in March. So you see that it's increasing, and we'll decide what happens with the rest. So the first thing you'll do is choose Insert, Line, and then the data range. Make sure when you select, you do not take the total. You just want the 3 months, and then click OK. And it's pretty flat, so I'm going to choose markers. And then if you want to go in here and select a different color range, go ahead, and then fill handle. So you can see that the first one, Boston, continued to go up, and so did Springfield, and Hyannis leveled off, maybe went down a little bit. So they all did quite well. They all improved from the very first one. So that'll be 1. Next one is student grades. So let's find their average. So again, down arrow, choose average. It should be the correct range, B5 through E5. So go ahead and check and fill handle. And then I'll do the same thing for the bottom of column B, which is for term 1. And again, it's average, check, and then you can drag it across. And then what will happen here is I want to see the trend on each student over the course of the 4 terms. So again, it's in Insert, and we'll choose Line. The range, make sure you don't take the final grade, just the 4 terms, and OK. And again, I like to see markers, and you could actually not have markers on all 4 spots. Maybe you could choose just the high point and the low point, but I'm going to go with all markers. And if you want to change the color, you're welcome to do that, and then drag it down. And then what we'd like to do is to, if you want to see the overall average of the students, I would select starting in A4 to A15, hold Control to find their averages over the course of all the students for the 4 terms. And you would choose Insert, and I'm going to go right to Clustered Column. I like the 3D effect. And then I'll move it over so you can see which students did the best for that overall average. Next one is shipping. So in this one, we're going to do a logical statement. So if the amount is over $100, the shipping will be $10. If it's under 100, it'll only be $5. So make sure you're in C9, and we'll go to FX, or you can do it from formula, doesn't matter. Make sure that you're on logical, if, okay. So I want it to look at this amount, so that's B9. If it's greater or equal to 100, and you don't have to type a $sign, if it's true, they'll be charged $10. If it's false, they'll be charged $5. And if you look here, it's $124, so it's over 100, so it's going to be the 10. Click OK. Use your fill handle. And this is just a basic add the two, so it's equals, and you can take that amount plus the shipping, and then do your fill handle. And I just wanted to share with you that you could have saved this step and actually did the logical test with the plus $10 or $5. So to do that, I'm just going to go back in here. Everything's pretty much the same. So it's looking at this amount, if it's greater than or equal to $100. If it's true, then I'm going to type B9 plus $10. If it's false, it'll be B9 plus $5. So you can see this one is that $134. It's accurate. And then I'll go ahead and fill handle, and just to make sure, I'll put the accounting format, and the figures should be the same. And the last one is price list. So we have a category over here. A is 5%, B is 10%, and so forth. So depending on which each of the model numbers, what category they fall in, that's the percentage they're going to get off. So this one's a little different. It is a logical statement, but it's considered a lookup and reference. So the first thing we have to do is actually create a range so that it knows where are these categories and what percentages are there. So start right here in H4 and select all the way over. So that is considered the discount table. So go over in the name box, and I'm just going to name it, and I'm going to call it discount, and press enter. Now if I click anywhere and I click in the name box, there it is, discount. If I select it, it should highlight that table, that range. So now we're ready to create our first formula. So click in E4 and FX. So this one's different. It's called lookup and reference, and you're going to scroll all the way down because it's called VLOOKUP, and then OK. So here we go. The lookup value is right here. Where's the category? Discount category. It's right here. What did we call the table? Discount. And then the next one, if you're looking at this, these are the letters, and that's in the first column. It's in the first column. What column is the percentage in? So if this is the first column, this would be the second. And then the lookup range, if it doesn't match any of the letters, which it will because they all have the accurate letters, you could type false or just leave it blank. And you can see that the first one is A, and A is 5%. 5%. So I'm just going to click OK, and then fill handle. Now on the net price, what you want to do is take the list price and multiply it by the discount, and then subtract it so you can find out what you'll be saving. So the formula is equals D4 minus, I'm going to click D4 again, times E4. And if you remember from PEMDAS, it's going to do the multiplication first and then subtract. So instead of paying 184, they'll pay 175. And then your fill handle. And if you want, you can put that in the accounting format. I'll put these also in the accounting format. And there you go. That's a save and submit.